You join myself and Keith behind the camera for a little hack engineering road trip today. So we're taking the HE140 and Project Lemon to a as yet undisclosed location, where the plan is to take things up a notch with the HE140 in terms of power and setup. So at the moment we've got a really good sort of bolt-on setup. Nothing on this car is particularly complicated. It's a big turbo, big fuel pump, induction kit and exhaust, and not really a lot else to it. So what we're going to do is go and see an old friend of mine about getting something a little bit more exciting going on this side of the engine bay. So we'll jump in the car, got a couple of hours drive, and then all will be revealed. See you in a bit. Wow. We already did an intro.
Did you?
Before we left, so.
Oh, okay.
So we're, sort of a bit there. But we kept surprised as to where we were going. So we're now at Walton Motorsport with Mike, who's going to talk us through essentially why you're borrowing the car, and I'm going to do battle with you to fit a not enormous turbo to it.
Yes. Yes.
And then see what we're left with. But yeah, it should be really exciting. So yeah, a few technological bits, but I'll let Mike talk through your list of development things for which the HE140 has been borrowed.
Yes. Well, thank you. First
You're welcome.
You could have just had our off-the-shelf kit here, and you'd have been happy in a way with all the stuff. But actually, you've been very kind and lent us your car to do some more development work for our B58 kit that we have here. This is our Mark I version of our manifold, which was initially designed to run the Garrett turbochargers up to 35. So 35-1050 was the biggest turbo that we could fit on there, and a pneumatic wastegate. We are now going to try and make two things happen. A bigger turbo. Second of all, we're going to make them fit the Turbo Smart turbos, because they are now available and are phenomenal. And third of all, we're going to, as requested by you, and really the only reason you're actually
yeah, this is a bit
other
that
than
kind
you're
of
a nice
excites
guy,
me. They're really cool, but this excites me quite a bit.
Is to use the original actuator with Turbo Smart's straight gate. We've made up our own rod system here for the actuator to work. Hopefully, we don't know whether this is going to work yet or not, but we're going to use your car for some R&D.
Yeah.
We're going to get this hopefully, we're going to get this on the car and get it to work. And that's going to clear up a load of headaches for you. And it's going to open up a bigger market for me. So it's a win-win situation.
In essence, you can bolt it on, plug that in, recalibrate everything, and your factory boost control will work with all of this stuff. So you can make massive power, or much more responsive power, or however you want to use the kit, but without having to run more electronics.
Perfect.
In theory.
Which
is very exciting.
Well, we're going to try and make that happen. Try very hard to make that happen.
That's
that's really it. I mean, you just have to continue watching and see how we get on.
Fast forward a few months, we're back at Walton with Mike, and this is the turbo kit that's going on the 140. So the Pure 800 is coming off. That turbo is great because it bolts on like a standard turbo, so you can use all the standard bits and bobs. But if you really want to make some power and use the engine efficiently, you need something like this. So Mike's redeveloped their kit to use the factory electronic wastegate. So this will plug and play with the factory ECU, which takes out a whole load of headache. So we'll go through this kit in detail so you can see exactly what's going on with it. And then when you catch us in the future, I'll be scratching my head and swearing a bit in the workshop and put it all together. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It goes together easy.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be much easier than trying to run vacuum lines.
It does. Andy, even if Andy and I can get this in like 20 seconds, then you should be like, click your fingers and it's on.
It looks like a lot of turbo for not a lot of space.
It does go in. It goes in like that.
Cool.
Exactly like that.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Well, I'll run you through the kit then, shall I?
Cool.
So this is very similar manifold to our original Gen 1 B58 bottom mount kit, which can take up to a Garrett G35 1050. We have now at TurboSmart have released their new range of absolutely amazing turbos. So we have fitted one of these turbos to Ben's car. And we've also made use of TurboSmart's straight gate in order to, as Ben described earlier, get rid of all the additional boost control, all the additional pipework and things needed to control the boost pneumatically. We have made use of TurboSmart's straight gate, and if you come in a bit closer, I take off this little heat-proof blanket made by Walton Motorsport. Let's twist that around just a touch. Get that out. That is the factory BMW actuator. And we've tested this on the car. So far, we've done an actuation test on it, and it came up absolutely fine. So the car thinks it's exactly as it was standard. So it's just down to tuning. That's really the only two differences in this kit between this one and our old one. But there are many reasons why the manifold works so efficiently in the first place. One of the main reason that you can get both a huge amount of flow, so a lot of power, not a massive amount of heat, and a large amount of boost control is our collector that was designed in-house here at Walton Motorsport with a huge amount of wastegate priority. If you look inside there, you can see how big the opening is and how nicely the gases, I don't know if you can see this in there, are directed not only straight at the turbo so that you get as much response as possible, but also allow, without forcing it, the excess waste gas to come through and go towards your wastegate. That is one of the main reasons that these manifolds work so nicely. You can actually buy these on our website, by the way, if you want to make your own manifold. There's also some trickery with the pipe work, but you'll have to buy one to find one of those out. We have our flanges, which are machined in-house, and we have them laser cut out. These are our own design as well, although they are just how BMW would have wanted them to be to fit into your car. There's not really that much else to this kit other than it fits very nicely, which, although looking here, you can't really tell that, but the amount of things that this kit wriggles around in the engine bay is phenomenal, as Ben, I'm sure you can testify. There's not a huge amount of room, especially on the Gen 1 B58s, to fit this kind of thing. So that is what this bottom mount kit is for. So the bottom mount kit that Ben's gone for is much more directed at someone who's going to use the car a lot on the road and also on track as well. So you've got an option for a air filter, nice boost pipe, everything like that, so that you can fit everything on and it will work just like a normal car, and you don't really have to do too many modifications to the vehicle to get it to run a large amount of horsepower reliably all the time without creating massive amounts of heat. You can reach all of your boost in all of the gears, and like some of the bolt-on hybrid turbo options, or that kind of turbo option where it uses the original setup. You'll find that they pull very hard in the bottom few gears, so first, second and third, it'll pull quite hard. And then when you start really leathering them in third, fourth, fifth gear, they start to get hot. They bleed off a bit of power. They can't maintain the boost all the way to the end of the rev range when they're put through that much stress. This is what this kit is designed to do. You can push it to the absolute limit and it will cope with it all the way to the end using Turbo Smart Turbo, Turbo Smart actuator.
Nice. And what turbo is that?
This particular turbo is a Turbo Smart 6262.
Nice,
62 millimeter turbo, 62 millimeter extruder.
And obviously we spoke about it before in terms of sizing that. That's kind of
so
rated to about 800 horsepower.
So with methanol, you could probably get 800 horsepower out of it. That's its limit.
Yeah, which
you're not going to be
on a standard internal B58 isn't going to happen.
No, so that's its absolute peak. You could get 800 horsepower out of this. Realistically, you're going to be seeing 700-ish on pump fuel, as you would run your car normally.
It'd be interesting to see
petrol
as well. I think everyone gets so caught up in figures of this turbo's rated to this turbo's rated to that, and that might be what the turbo can flow. But obviously, the difference is going to be here.
Yes.
Where a B58 standard manifold is essentially a log manifold split in two, where it's twin scroll.
Yes.
But a log manifold doesn't flow gases efficiently at all. Will actually have huge back pressure and increase the stress on the engine.
We can show you because your original turbo
there you go.
Is just here.
Yeah.
So you can see quite clearly the amount of room and the direction of flow that the turbo kit has, especially with the collector, is completely different to this. I mean, you're firing gases directly at that. There is a tiny bit of guidance inside, but in reality, you're just firing the gases at each other the whole time, and you're, instead of relying on flow to get your power, you're relying on literal manifold pressure, pretty much, to get that turbo to spin.
Yeah, which would be a very cool difference. Obviously, we've got data logs of how that responded.
Yes.
And also, we've got data logs of showing almost where we're running out of power. Well, essentially, back pressure is becoming a huge problem.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, this is less your area, more mine. But people are kind of building engines because they think they found the limit of the engine, whereas actually, the efficiency of manifolds, both intake and exhaust, is a huge part of making the most of whatever engine internals you have.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to see how this responds, but also kind of where that frees up some limitations on our current, our old setup.
Well, it'd be great to see on the dyno. You just need to chop.
Need to crack on, really, don't I?
Chop and get to it.
Yeah, I've got to build a workshop and then get the car into it and then build this. But other than that, no pressure. It's really cool to kind of see the science that goes into that rather than that. So many times people ring us up and say, what power can I, or what engine internals do I need to make this power? And it's not that simple because it depends how you're making that power, how that air is getting in and out. So
exactly right.
Very excited to see what difference this will make. Also, this will sound absolutely awesome, whereas they just don't.
They don't sound quite
as good. They just sound like a B58, which doesn't really sound that great, to be honest. So, we've had a few customers running these kits and slightly older version of the kit without the straight gate, but they sound a bit like an old sort of 2JZ. They sound awesome, so can't wait.
There really shouldn't be any sound difference between that kit and this kit.
Yeah,
to be honest with you,
it's
exactly the same apart from the wastegate being different, and we've allowed it to use the turbo. Some of the Turbo Smart turbos, as well as the Garrett turbos. The Garrett turbos are still an option with this kit. You can still get up to a G35 1050 under there, so allowing a theoretical, as long as it's got all the supporting mobs, up to 1,000 horsepower.
Nice. And in terms of Turbo Smart turbos, is that the biggest or the only one that fits in there? Because I know space.
Yes, so the Turbo Smart housings are slightly different. They do change a little bit up from this one, which means that this is the biggest Turbo Smart turbo you can fit.
Cool.
But, I mean, like, for track use, 700 horsepower for track use, if it's using all of that 700 horsepower all of the time, you'll find that is an incredible amount. I mean, the responsiveness.
I'd like to think my driving's up to that. Realistically.
We'll find out before long.
Realistically,
it's plenty powerful enough. in the bottom mount size, if you want to go up, I mean, the most powerful, I could say, is G35 1050.
Yeah.
But on the Garretts,
which originally was always what I thought.
You can go even higher with power.
Yeah.
Manifold, which is our B58 top mount manifold.
Yeah. So I've
just
read your website and put this on our website. Yeah. So if anyone's seen our social media, there's a picture of you holding an absolutely enormous turbo in the engine bay, which I think that will support.
Yes.
Or there or thereabouts.
So we will do another bit of a different release on that product, but there's a sneak little teaser for you, as that particular manifold was developed on your car. So
you're not limited. I mean, who's really limited? You're talking about 700 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower. But if you really are, if you're drag racing or
I mean, it's more for the drag enthusiasts and people who really want to go very, very, very fast.
Yeah,
I mean, that'll support up to a 1,600 horsepower turbo in theory.
Cool. So that's everything from us today. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be fitting all of this. And in the meantime, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. It really helps us know what content you want to see, and also propels us to actually get the camera out a bit more often. So we'll catch you soon.